And hello YouTube, this is my C++ Minecraft clone. This is my C++ Minecraft clone, and yesterday, the previous stream, we managed to add these redstone torches, and we managed to be able to place blocks with right clicking. You can see right now, if I right click everywhere, it pastes torches, and we have them. The redstone torch can be on and off. Also, what we did, we can place anything we want. We can place an anvil if we want on right click. Yo, what's up? Here we can place the anvil. We have still the custom block hover working. Yo, what's up? What's up? Hello. We can remove them. Sure. And speaking of custom block hover, today I was working on the next video, and it's about this. It's about the custom block hover. Probably it will be done tomorrow. It's about 50% done. Here I have the progress. I've done 3 passes over the footage. I need to do some final passes. I've went through what happens through the vote. And here in the recording, like the vote is like 9 hours, I think. This is the whole footage I need to go through, and I went through it about 3 times. And I've set my places of interest. And so I need to just go over all of these little markers. There are almost 200 of them. I need to go over all of them and to see what the story is so that I can make a video about it. And it's about fixing the block outline in my Minecraft clone. What's up? The chat isn't rendering correctly for me, I think. You talk about this chat here. In your C++ and Raylib clone, have you ever typed a function prefixed with GL? I think I have actually. Even though I use Raylib, Raylib abstracts everything away. I think I've used it. GL. I think I've... Okay, there are too many results with GL because it's searching outside of the project as well. Actually, I've used this, which is RL for Raylib, and here this Raylib abstraction just is to call this GL disable, which is OpenGL. Like, it's the same thing. They just abstracted it away in another function to disable the color blending and enable it. So for your question, if I use GL, I've used RL, which is kind of the same thing. It's from Raylib. Hey, what's up? Hello. So let's summarize the previous stream. Where is the clone? Here. Let's summarize the previous stream. In the previous stream, we added the redstone torches, and on right click we can place items. For 3 hours, sure, it's fine. I wanted more progress in 3 hours, but we did a lot of thinking and brainstorming. So this is what we got in 3 hours. And we have to decide what are we going to do in this stream. We have 3 hours to figure out what are we going to do and to actually do it. And the focus is on redstone. This whole game, all of it will be just mostly redstone. So the end goal is to be able to do complicated contraptions. I need to open up Minecraft as well for reference. Hey, that's nice. Do your blocks have side shading? What's side shading? Do you mean ambient occlusion like this? Like this? I have ambient occlusion or smooth. I don't know if it's called smooth lighting. But I have ambient occlusion. Why is there shadow on blocks? How to do that? Do you have a shader? No, it's not a shader. Hi, Maskeli, I just lost access to my account. Okay, it will be very hard for me to remember your Maskeli, but I'll try my best. What's up, Maskeli? Now Flaming Claymore. these shadows, this is called ambient occlusion, and I just had to iterate for every block. I had to go over 20 of its surrounding neighbors, so that for each one of these vertices to calculate a value from 0 to 3, and depending on the value, it sets the shading. I just changed the vertex color. No matter what the vertex color is, I just darken it a bit, depending on how dark it is. Here it's the darkest in this corner. But if it's like this, it's less darker. But if it's like a deep corner like here, it's the darkest. So something like that. But I had to go over the neighbors. Let's see what's up with Minecraft. We're using the Minecraft for reference. This is one of the newer versions of Minecraft. I haven't prepared older versions. But yeah, we have the anvil. It's pretty much the same since I use the same model as Minecraft does. We have the torches, and I think we can add the redstone dust. Like, we have it in my Java clone. The redstone dust. I'll prepare it to start so that we can see at what state it is and what can we copy over to the C++ clone. But most likely we'll do the redstone dust. It's going to make things seem nice and makes it look closer. Just multiply face based off directions, I see. I think you can call me Clay so it's easier to remember. What's the mathematics? Do you use depth buffer for that? No, I don't use the depth buffer. I just go over every block. Hello chat, and that one Minecraft clone guy. Yeah, just call me Pets. Let's call me Pets. Some people call me Pekka because they cannot. In Bulgaria it's Pets, but most people have named me Pekka to use the K. But here it's the T sound. So we actually have redstone in the Java clone, redstone dust, and we just have to move it to my current version, to my current clone. And because we're just moving it, it shouldn't take that much time. And then we can do the repeater. And we can very quickly reach a good state with the redstone. Because I want to make a game heavily inspired from the redstone and to release it so that you guys can play it as well. That's my strategy. In the previous stream, I thought about it, and off stream I've thought about it a lot. We're going to focus just on the redstone. We will not have these entities. We will not have them, even though they're fun and cool. We'll focus just on the redstone. Because as I mentioned in the previous stream, like, everything is mediocre here. Everywhere you can find slight issues. Like here we don't have custom block outline. The skeleton, look how it doesn't move around when he shoots at me. He just stays at one place. Like, everywhere is just mediocre. There in the sky, the clouds are not the same like in the original Minecraft. Here in the original Minecraft, the clouds are much cooler. So like, everywhere it's just average, and we're not standing out. And if we don't manage to stand out, this project will not have a long life. I want to continue working on this for many years. Like, I want to continue to work on this, and in order for this project to succeed, we need to stand out. And I think if we just lock in, all in on redstone to make a game heavily inspired on redstone, I think that's how we will stand out. And I'll be able to release it to you guys, since it will be easier to make changes to textures, to models, and to start differentiating from Minecraft. But until then, we need to make one-to-one copy with the actual redstone of Minecraft, because I managed to learn a lot that way. First, we'll make a copy of the redstone. And most of it has been done in my Java clone. I just need to move it to my C++ clone. And we already started doing that. We have the torches and the anvil, but we'll not be using the anvil. But this was just so we can see if we can load custom shapes. So let's see what's up with chat. Hey Pets, I'm working on Python clone with OpenGL while watching your live stream. Nice. Hopefully you have a productive day today. Are the diagonal movements normalized? Yes, I think. Yes, most likely, I think. Yeah, they are normalized. Since we're using the Half-Life player movement, they are proper. The diagonal movements are normalized. Like we even have bunny hop. Like we have strafing, air strafing, which increases the speed. Like the movement is fine. I made a whole video about it. You can check it out if you want. I spent a lot of times on my videos. I call Pika. Now I call you Pesa. Pesa. As a Russian, I can pronounce your name correctly. Nice. For Frost Jog, are you using to build chunk meshes? Because doing a Minecraft clone in Python is like, as I said, just make bluestone, redstone, bluestone. I see what you did there. I decided to start my own animation project. Voxel scrap mechanic. Each chunk is a mesh that I draw using points that I pass to an OpenGL function. I meant that building the mesh itself, the points, okay. So I was thinking to do the rest on dust. That's my idea. That's the goal, to do the rest on dust. I don't think it will be that hard, right? Famous last words. Let me think about it. So we need to get the JSON file, which is the model of the dust. And I need to look for it. Where is it? Models, block, and then redstone dust. And this is some texture pack I found on the internet. That's how I have these assets. But I think the texture pack is no longer on the internet. I think they removed it. Obviously, why? Since, like, I think people used it so that they can make their own texture pack, like as a template, as a reference, but it didn't stand for long. So here we have, this is redstone dust up. This is, let's open Blockbench. In Blockbench, we'll see the visuals. Let's not look directly at the JSON file. Models, block, and here we look for a redstone dust. These are all the models we need to move to our own game. Can I open all of them? Open parent. I think I have to open each one individually. Dot. This is the dot, but it's not opening the textures. Damn it. Doesn't matter. What are the other ones? Site. This is the site. But it really should use the textures. Do I need to provide any files? It was working before and now it gave up on me. Yeah, this is the up. This is when the redstone is on the site, like here. This here, like, this is one block. This here is one block. And, and it's using a couple of meshes at the same time. This is one mesh, and this is one mesh. And this is it, the upward one, when it's going upward. And Minecraft is just combining all of these meshes. And I know since I've done it in my Java clone, and it's not perfect, like here, some issues with the lighting. But I've managed to do the mesh in my Java clone. It shouldn't be that difficult to do it in the C++ one. And since we're all in just on redstone, we can fix bugs like these. This is the advantage of focusing all in just on the redstone. We can color it blue and call it a day and release it and call it bluestone, like somebody mentioned in the chat. Speaking of chat, what's up with chat? Check out Scrap Mechanic. I'll give you some inspiration and ideas. What's Scrap Mechanic? Do you use GLM for your 3D math? I directly use the Raylip vector, the Raylip math library. I use the Raylip one, and I don't use the GLM one. Do you type shader scripts in your project? I have shader code. I needed to type it for the block hover. This block hover. Where is it? I needed to make a shader in Raylip, and it was very easy, man. It was very easy. I think this was it. This should be for the terrain. Yeah, this is the fragment shader for the terrain. I used it just to discard the alpha color when we have transparent blocks like the leaves. I had to make this simple fragment shader, and Raylip managed to use it without issues. For the block hover, I just did this vertex shader, which just slightly changed the position. Here, without coloring of the words, it's difficult for you guys to see, and for me as well. But you can barely notice here, this is the position. I multiplied by the model matrix, and then the view matrix, and after the view matrix I just use this matrix, which I just think scales or shrinks a little bit, and then multiply by the projection. Like, that's only 2 shaders. I used only 2 shaders. Lost medium, when CSGO clone, Raylip, rough, right? hey, chill, man, chill. A game focuses on redstone, I guess. Yeah, have to remember your Muskel. I'll easily forget. So let's start with the redstone dust. Let's start with the redstone dust. Here it's a bummer that it cannot load the textures. Maybe I can give it some textures. Probably not. Refresh texture, not found. Yeah, probably I cannot. Change file. Let me look anywhere for a texture. Maybe in block. What if I do here in the assets and inside of textures, open? No, I need to specify a texture, then there's no shot we can give it some kind of textures. That's a bummer. Because here with texture it's a lot easier to figure out what's going on. Because here the side, it's not from here to here, it's from left to right, I think. This side one. I need it as for not only for you guys, for easier to see the model, I need it for me as well, and I don't know why it's struggling, this plugin, to load them. This asset browser textures. It has the texture, so why is it complaining? Oh yeah, I get it. Let's search for them from further away. Redstone dust from further away. Inside of... Can I go backwards? Like here, assets, here. To search from here. Redstone block. No redstone block, but redstone dust. Yeah. Maybe I was opening the wrong ones. Let's do this. It's doing the same. I need to load it from its parent. Asset browser. We can just close it and open it back again. We'll try one more time. If it doesn't work, we'll move on and do what we can, because we have a limit of 3 hours. We'll do whatever we can. Oh, here I can pick older version. What? I didn't know that. We can use older textures. Wait a minute. What happens if we use 1.0? Load assets, Java release, old beta, old alpha, what? Yo, old beta? Yo. Come on, man. This is awesome. Let's see for redstone. No redstone. Item textures. What do we have here? Entity textures. We just have arrows, boat, cart, chest, door, large chest, sign, and whatever this is. Oh, it's not everything. I think. Oh, maybe here to search here. Redstone? No. Maybe here is just using an atlas. Yeah, terrain PNG. It's just using an atlas. Yo, but we have it. We have access to it. We can use this to have all textures. Yo, look at the goat and the horse. These are the old ones. Man. Oh, here's the redstone. And here's the redstone. Man, should we use them? Should we use them? See, I have a nice night, but I checked your old videos. Well, you had a webcam. On some videos I have a webcam. It's just annoying and like, I want the focus to be on the project. Like, why should I put my face? Pro has Obsidian, Brave DaVinci, OBS, Visual Studio, Minecraft, and Blockbench open at the same time. Oh, and IntelliJ, you look like someone held you at gunpoint. Obsidian ain't that resource consuming. Biomass Kelly. Yes, alpha clone. I might go, there is something in my code base, have been procrastinating. Sure, alpha clone, then make it to beta, and then to 1.0. Hello, what's up? Let me think about it. Should I use the old textures? How do you even get that in Blockbench? I'm just using a plugin. The plugin is called Asset Browser, I think. It's that, but it's amazing, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. Here there's a difference. Here, let me think about it. No. Actually, it's the same with the new textures. Look, if I'm focusing on the redstone. Let's open up my atlas. Oh, it's different. It's different. Here, in the new version, they separate it with this little dot and these lines. They have it separated. But before, it has been like this in the beta. That's interesting. And we have the repeater. That's interesting. The doors. Man, this is so cool. Actually, this simplifies it a lot. If I just copy this atlas to my project, this simplifies it a lot. Man, should I use this? I just found it. But they don't have an anvil here. We'll lose the anvil. They don't have an anvil. Let me think about it. Here the snow. And they probably don't have the JSON files. And the JSON, I need the JSON files. Man, I'll think about it off stream. We'll use the latest ones. I'll think about it off stream. But that was really cool. That was so awesome, man. Home. Let's use Java release, newer version. This one. And let's search for redstone dust. Let's look for the redstone dust, and this is the dot, and it's still not loading the textures. Why? Create texture group, create texture, import texture. Yeah, but this just wants PNGs. Oh, we can actually... Here, we can do it, we can do it, we can do it. I have an idea. Let's find the textures themselves. Here, textures, block. Let's search for redstone dust. And let's add all of these. And overlay as well, why not? And is it using them? It has them, but it should be... Render mode, name, line. Let's rename this to line, why not? Confirm. Let's delete this. Nah. Bummer. How do you even get that in Blockbench? I think I answered that. Hi bro, greetings from Brazil. Hello, hello. Just use 1.13 texture because they are up to date and still old style. Oh, 1.13. Okay, thank you. Let's do 1.13. Why not? 1.13. Where is it? Here. Let's do that. Load assets. And let's search for redstone dust. The dot. Yes, 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 yes. Nice. Nice. Then the dot. Then the site. It stopped working. Doesn't matter. Yes, a dot from parent. Okay, here it's working. Here it's working. Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. I need to load all of them just so we can see them. Then to load this, and the last one is this, the one. This is what we need for the redstone dust. Let's close these ones. This one, whatever this is. Close this. Close this. We have the dot. These are wrong. I'm missing some. These are wrong. What happened with the sides? No, they were different. The ones I used in my Java clone, they're different. Yeah, they've made a lot of changes through time. Because in my Java clone here, did I load them even? In my Java clone, I didn't directly use the JSON files. I made slight changes to them. Where's the dust? Here. I manually implemented them. Let me think about it. How am I going to approach it? Yeah, it was a lot of code. Let's try again with the latest versions. I need the latest versions because they're doing it slightly differently. Let's see what version I'm on. 1.21.4. Let's search for that. 21.4. Load assets. Redstone dust. And let's look at the sites if they're different. Still the same. What about the other one? The same. Let's look at the alt. Not this one. This is a template. The alt. Still the same. This one. me think about it. Yeah, we know the upward one, we know the dot one, they're simple. And we know now the sides and the alt directions. So the side is towards the north. And what's the other one? Side one is again towards the north, but it's a bit different. Yeah, okay, doesn't matter. And the alt one is towards the south. And here this is again towards the south and a bit different. And well, in order to get this result, the way I did it is here you need to place the dot. Here, if it's like this, you combine the meshes. First you place the dot, and then you place by rotating all of these sides here. We need to place them. You need to place depending on if they are like neighbors. And here I'm placing the left and right. And here it's like, here is the upward one, this block, we're focusing on this block. Here is the upward mesh, which is this one. It's this one, this mesh. And here is the dot, which is this mesh. It's the dot. Actually, this is the texture. It's this mesh. And it's here these sides towards this block and towards this block, which are those sides we talked about. And we have, okay, this is the west, east, this is the north and south. Those sides were towards the south, towards the north, this is the north, and towards the south. To get the east and the west, we need to make rotations probably. Most likely. Let me think about it. How are we going to approach it? Then they are not up to... Also, how do you get the distortion on the cross arrow? That's using blending. You have to configure it properly. The geo blend thing, like there's even a page on Learn OpenGL. And where you have the source, yeah, here, this blending, you have to play around with it, with the source, destination, etc. And you'll get the right one. But I need to search exactly what I used. Hey Pets, I'm the son of the man you beat behind the McDonald's next to the garbage because he said you look like a nerd. Despite this, I am more disappointed you're using C++. Well, C++ is cool. C++ is awesome. I prefer it from Java since Java uses a garbage collector. This is what I need to render. Let me think about it. Let's just move these JSON files, these models. Let's move them. Now it's not showing them. Yeah, these ones. Let's move them and let's render them, like at least one of them. We can render just this one. And gradually we'll move on. Are you going to fix the wireframe always being a cube despite the block you're looking at? It's not a full cube. It's already fixed. Here, it's fixed. Don't worry about it, it's fixed. I'm making the new video, you'll see when I upload it, like, we have custom block hover. Like, Anvil is the stress test for that. This is the clone we're working on. This is the C++ one. So let's implement the redstone dust to add any kind of block. This is the process we need to do. Let's just copy the sand, for example, and we'll name it redstone dust. We'll name it redstone dust. Here as well the same. Redstone. We need to import here JSON files. Let's find some of them. Yeah, these ones. We need to import these ones. Let's open them in Visual Studio just to see what they have. This is the upward one. This is the Alt 0. Alt 1. Okay, they just use this one, but just change the texture. They have this line texture. It's being added here and it's being used for these ones. And it has some sort of an overlay. What's that overlay? Is this the block hover? The overlay. What's the overlay? Is that the block hover? If I open Blockbench here, this is the mesh, but we have this one as well. No, that's not the block hover. The block hover is a lot smaller. The block hover is like this. This is the block hover. This is something else, this overlay. I don't know what it is. Cool. Have you implemented block orientation? In my Java clone, yes. In my C++, no. Next step would be to make it in C and in assembly. No, thank you. Then make it in binary. No, thank you. Without an no. So like there are two arrows that are both semi-transparent colliding into each other. And really uses what arrows? If you're talking about the crosshair, should be the inverse of the color behind it. What is the max render this in your project? I don't know what's the max, but it's lower than the original Minecraft. Like, I have it as it is right now. It's like, I think 30 by 30 world size. It's a small world. 30 by 30 should be, it should be about 14 or 15 render distance. This should be 14 or 15 render distance, something like that. It's good enough. And it's infinite world. The world is infinite. Like it will start generating. You think about it. Yeah, we need to add the JSON files. So let's open, let me see now here. Let's open this folder with my JSON files and let's use our JSON files. These are now our JSON files. So the site, the dot, just these ones. That's it. Now we have them here. The dot. Let's use the dot. Let's use the dot, but I need to remove this overlay. I don't need it. I don't know what the overlay is for. You should use the OG textures. These are now our JSON files. Yeah, but don't tell Mojang because I'll get in trouble. You should use the OG textures. I'll think about it outside of off stream. I'll think about it. I'm not sure if I should do it. I'll think about it. Since if I'm using the new textures, I have these JSON files, which is cool. Because here the redstone is different. This is the new redstone. And the old one, here it's connected. It's connected. You don't have it separated like that. Okay, this should be the dot. Let's use the dot. This is the site. And let's remove this overlay. We don't need the overlay. They use it, I don't know for what. They for sure have their own reasons. But we don't have those reasons, so we'll simplify it. And let's remove this redstone dust overlay. What's the overlay texture actually? I'm now interested, I'm curious. What's the texture like? Texture, overlay. What are these overlays? Redstone dust overlay. It's just this. Can open it in Aspirate in order to view it. It's this. And it's an alpha of 0, and that's it. So it's useless. It's like transparent mesh. It's like some sort of a transparent mesh above it. Mojang filing lawsuit. No, please don't. $1,000 bajillion in debt. Yeah, that would be so bad, man. Hopefully they treat me well. I'm not releasing it. This is just a video for you guys. This is just a video. There are no files being released. There shouldn't be an issue, but everything is possible. Line, particle, overlay, particle. Let me think about it. This dot. Yeah, let's use this dot. We'll render this dot for the redstone dust. We need coordinates of it, coordinates of the dot. So let's go in the mesh pool. Let's give it here. Let's give it coordinates. What are the coordinates? Here. 192.16. 192.16. So we have it here. So this is the redstone dust dot JSON file. It's transparent. And what else? We need it in the block factory. Where's the block factory? Here. Redstone dust. Let's have it redstone dust. Redstone dust. And I need to implement it here. Here. Redstone dust. And we can actually place it with right click. Where was the logic for the right click? Mouse. Here. Let's place the redstone dust. What's your issue? Redstone dust. Set block type. It's type ID. Yeah, it's the ID. What's the issue? This function takes an ID. And the ID is an enum that has the redstone dust. And I'm telling it, please, let's call like redstone dust ID. Has no member redstone dust. Why? Why? It should have. Here is your member. Redstone dust, here is your member. Where's the confusion? Let's just run it and it will figure it out. Okay, it was just Visual Studio. Yeah, we have redstone dust dot. This is it. Look at how tiny it is. And let's change, let's change the this outline. Let's change it. How much should it be? Here, if you didn't know, you can right click. You can right click. It should be this little block. Let's give it a custom outline. So here, let's make it, let's use the mesh as a reference. So it's from, it's from, we need to do it by filling. Let's open Blockbench and see if we can do it with Blockbench. Oh, we can use the image. Yeah, we can use the image. So here is 0, 0. And how is it in game? In game, it's like 1 pixel here, 1 pixel here, and here is 1 pixel. And here it's 2 pixels, 2 pixels. Sure, so how should it be like? So here it's 1 pixel, here, like this. And here 2 pixels, so about here. And about here. And here, here. It should be like that. So from 2, 2 to 13, 13. From 2, 2 to 2, 13, 13. That should be it. Oh, here it should be, we need the Y as well. One block for the Y. And once we check it out, I'll look at what's up with chat. But I'm just curious. Yeah, we have custom block hover and it's too big. Whoa, it's way too big. It's way too big. Let's fix the block hover, the block outline, and I'll see what your guys are saying. Let's make it 11, 11. Let's make it 11, 11. No, my mistake. Here it should be maybe 4, 4. 4, 4. And let's see what's the result. Now it's better. Yeah, now it's better. It's good enough. Yeah, we have custom block hover. Yeah, that's cool. Now we have white dots everywhere. We have white dots. We can think of this as rice or spaghetti. Let's see what's up with chat. Yo, I missed a lot of chat. Hey, I'm going to the point where performance is unimaginable with my Godot Minecone. Where did you learn about block chunk meshing? Block chunk meshing? Oh, I learned it from using Raylib. No, like from just playing around. After 1 year, like steadily, little by little, you'll improve it. But you just have to don't render faces. If you go inside of your terrain, you shouldn't see any faces. Like even here with this block, my cactus below has a face. I'm not killing it. I should kill it, but I've ignored it. And here for the torch bottom, it should be killed. That's how you'll save up on performance. The thing that takes away the most performance is trying to render the meshes. Rendering takes the most performance. And so one solution as well to get more performance is to have custom culling, which I don't currently have. I don't currently have custom culling. But I need to add it to gain performance. Mojang, you saw nothing. Are you like making a new node for every block in a chunk or what? So looks cool now and fun to code. Yep, take a completely naive approach. This is the perfect way to do it. Do a naive, simple approach. And once you hit a blockade, you can go back and make changes. That's the way to do it. Don't spend months trying to think of an approach, to think of a plan, like to plan everything. You cannot plan everything. Just go for it with the naive approach. And then in the future, you can come back and do improvements. You should learn on how to use array meshes. It shouldn't be too hard. Make sure not make faces that are next to block. Oh, I can show you my Godot terrain. I can show you my Godot terrain. After it generates. It was, I spent very little time on it. So it's not like it's fine. It's fine. But this is my terrain, and the way I did it is here I just have nodes. I have all of these nodes. But you can see one mesh is very simple. But we don't have the, here, we don't have the height. This is just surface level. This is just surface level. But here, if I bring out the mesh, I also did it the simplest way I can. Here, this is the mesh of one sub-chunk. And here you can see very little of it is being drawn. And doing it like this, you can get quite far. If you don't get good FPS, just lower the render distance and move on. You can come back and fix it. Don't try to make it perfect. Keep it simple. Don't try to make it perfect. And keep at it every day for an hour or two. How do you generate chunks in Raylib? You make variations. I generate chunks. I generate sub-chunks actually, which are, the height is 16 instead of 256. The height is 16 and one sub-chunk is one draw call. I can actually show you in render doc. I can show you in render doc. I can show you the draw calls. Not print screen, F12. And here I can show you the draw calls. Here I can highlight them. This highlights one draw call. And here you can notice like this here, this mesh is one draw call. Here, this mesh here is one draw call. This flycam. Yeah, this mesh is one draw call. This. I don't batch them together. I leave it as this. This is one draw call. And here, draw call is just this GL draw elements. That's a draw call. GL draw elements. And you'll get better performance if all of these is drawn in one time, in one go, but it complicates other things. Yeah, all of these highlights is a single draw call. And it's not the whole chunk, it's just one sub-chunk, which has a height of 16. This reminds me of how code stores styles and textures. Yeah, the white stone. So Raylib uses Raylib uses OpenGL. I was thinking of using texture arrays instead of tile map. Just use an atlas. I just use an atlas here. Just use an atlas. Minecraft also uses a texture atlas. They just combine it in runtime, all of the separate textures. You have one single texture. Don't overcomplicate it. I have never used immediate mesh, so I've got nice looking terrain gen with 3D noise. You use 3D noise, but it's terrible as soon as the world is larger than say. 3D noise takes more time for terrain to generate than Perlin noise, than simple Perlin noise. And to get improvement on the 3D noise, I think you had to do some kind of a more complicated way, like to generate the values for a few blocks and between them to interpolate, just so you calculate faster the noise. But Perlin noise is way easier. I just use Perlin noise. Also, I think you could also be able to write the mesh generator on the GPU. I used to use the GPU for my 10 million TNT clone. For my 10 million TNTs. Where was it? In my main channel, this one. Yeah, here. This was, everything was running on the GPU with compute shaders. This is Minecraft. Here, with compute shaders. And of course the FPS lowers to 9 and 7 because it's 10 million TNTs. But all of this was on the GPU. Even the terrain was on the GPU. Everything was on the GPU. And the RAM was like 40 megabytes. The RAM was 40 megabytes, something like that. Rendering all the faces not showing. I think I mentioned that. They said they were. Unless it's super bad performance, I think I want to keep things. There is a developer in X or Twitter, however you want to call it. He posts there his Minecraft clone. I think he was in this chat some day ago. He mentioned he's using Godot with C#. Maybe it will be interesting for you to check out C# as well. What are you doing? We are adding the redstone dust. Yeah, it's not required to make use GPU, but it's much faster to do it with the GPU and not the CPU. Hello there, I just randomly stumbled upon this. Should also be good. Instance meshes in Godot and GPU rendered with... Are you trying to make it as optimized? No, I'm not. Or just making it work? Yeah, just to make it work in the first place. Yeah, that sounds horrible. Do you have Discord server? No, I don't. I had a Discord server, but I deleted it. Super interesting. I think something like this I'm going to aim for. I like the idea of node per chunk. And the developer that I mentioned that uses Godot, I shared how I do it in Godot as well with nodes, and he said he doesn't use nodes. He somehow communicates directly with Godot to like tell it render this. He didn't use nodes, just so you know. But it's fine if you use nodes, just so you can progress. Love the work in progress. If you want more FPS and don't want to make straight up Minecraft clone, you can try and make lots. I don't want lots. Like level of detail. You mean no, not mip maps. Textures that gets less detail when no, not the textures. The meshes themselves. Yeah, the meshes have less detail. I'm not interested in that. I think lots in voxel can look kinda ugly unless you have smooth meshes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, good idea. I think the problem with an atlas to me is I like to use texture filtering to get the N64 type aesthetics. I wonder how many times of learning to code must take to make project like this. I don't know as well. Yeah, I cannot answer. I don't want bleeding textures between adjacent blocks. That's insane. Yeah, for bleeding textures... Yo, hello, what's up? For bleeding textures, maybe it's possible to find a solution with the shaders. Maybe. Okay, this is where we managed... Oh, something happened. Crash when placing. We managed to add the redstone dust, but just the dot. Just this little dot. Now we need the other meshes. We'll think of the coloring later, because the mesh itself is more important. Or should we do the coloring first? And how should I approach the coloring? Let me think about it. There's an issue. How am I going to do the coloring? Because I think in Java I used a separate draw call. How am I going to do the coloring? Here, where is the block? Here, this. And I can change this get JSON model file name. Or here the mesh pool. Generate read from JSON file. Yeah, it will go through it. Yeah, here. And where does it get the coloring? Here it generates it. Where? Oh, this just sets up that. Yeah, let's look at how Minecraft does it. I need to close this. I think they make a separate draw call. I think they make a separate draw call. Let's see now. I need to close this. Yeah, let's open Minecraft. Yeah, let's open Minecraft, and while it's loading, I can see what you guys are up to. Humble white stone dust, and just color it in the atlas. No, the color will be changing depending on the redstone strength. It has to happen through code, that's why it's grayscale. Couldn't you extend the edges of the textures by pixel? That will make each block. No. I think you need to extend by much more. I don't really have an idea though. Experimenting with code was really good for me because I learned a lot of stuff in the progress. Let's open Minecraft. Proceed to no, chill. Here is it. No, chill. Everything's fine. Proceeds to close it. No, I okay, to restart it. I had to restart it. That's a better way to put it. So that we can inspect it. We need to see how they do the redstone dust coloring. Do they separate the redstone dust in a separate draw call? That's what I'm interested in. And it needs to take on forever to load. It's the same vibe as me going somewhere then forgetting what I wanted. Yeah, I constantly forget everything. I don't know why. Okay, here we are. And now let's look at the redstone. Let's look at the redstone. Let's look at the redstone. Textures. Is it a separate draw call? Here is the redstone. Let me think about it. Highlight draw call. Yeah, it's just drawing the redstone. But it's batching them together. Interesting. Why do they separate them? Mesh viewer. Where is the redstone? Here it is. A bit difficult to see. And here they just change the color here. I need to change the color of the mesh here. Yeah, I just need to change the color. Heard somewhere that walking through a door has factory mind something to do with 3D space that makes you lose your train of thought. Source, I don't know. Probably the shader is different for choosing the texture because they connect. Color change per vertex coloring. They just change the color of the vertex. It's that simple. By default, the color is like once here. The RGB is once, but here look at it how the red color is 1. The RGB, the blue is 0, so it's mostly red. Here it's red and here it's red, green and blue. So here is the white color. This is for the overlay probably, but we don't have an overlay. We don't care about that. Yeah, I just need to change the color. Here, how do I change the color? Oh yeah, I set it here directly. When I generate the mesh, I set the color here. Interesting. And oh, no. I need to somehow... in my clone, I read from a JSON file. And I don't have a way to give it that information. Where do I generate this? I generate it here in the sub chunk. Where was it? Generate model? No. Here. I read from the JSON file, which prepares the cube mesh template, and then I hit generate. So here, let me think about it. I need here to give it like, I need, let me think about it. To be able to give a color here, I need to be able to do that, so that it can change the original color. And so, let me think about it. Current block, what's current block? It should be like this class, the parent class, the regular block class. I could have a like a vector that is for like having a color. Vector for having a color. Vector for having a color. And how are we going to change the color? The color changes depending on what's the current redstone strength. That's how the color changes. Here every block has a redstone strength, the power. Here it's 11. And from the source it's like, from the source the power is 15. So this redstone block has a power. Where is it? The redstone dust has a power here. Power. Integer power. It has power. By default it's 0, I think. By default it's 0. It's 0 by default. By default it's 0. That's it. And here is the problem. We just have a block type. And here in my clone, when we render it, the redstone dust, for now it's just a small dot. When we render it, here the block type is redstone dust. That's it. We don't store anywhere redstone power. Currently we're implementing the redstone dust. That's what we're doing. Fun, right? We're implementing the redstone dust. Currently, the block type is just redstone dust. That's it. We don't have anywhere to store. The power of the redstone dust. We cannot store it anywhere. Right now, every block, the only thing it has for storing is the block type. If we change it to, in addition to the block type, to store the power, it will need another integer, or I will need to pack data in one integer, which is 32 bits or 4 bytes, to store there the values for the redstone color, which are like from 0 to 15, I think. Hello, do I really have to write JSON maps for my game because tiled is hard? Like, you do whatever you want, man. Like, if you don't want to do it, do not do it. Like, why bother doing something you don't want to do? You'll just become miserable. Like, do what excites you. For me, it was for me, I was excited adding the JSON because it became extremely annoying in my Java clone when it became time to add this, the redstone repeater. This is very I had to do it by hand, the modeling, texturing, everything, and all of these states are different depending if you power it. All of these states like are different. and I had to do it by hand, and I became extremely annoyed. And the most annoyed I became with the tripwire. Because it has a couple of states. Here, the tripwire. And this is where I was like, okay, I'm not going to bother. Like, I'm going to just use the JSON files. Here you have even the animation. Like, for me, when I finally reached this stage, I was like, okay, it's worth it now to add the JSON files. But at the start, I didn't bother with the JSON files. Just do the naive approach. Have to write my maps in JSON by hand. What do I mean by maps? I'm excited to make my game have a unique look. Yeah, I'm also excited in the future to make an original, unique game that's heavily inspired by Redstone. Tile map levels. What's tile map level? Oh, you mean the coordinates? Like, I also do the coordinates by hand. Do you mean this? Like, this is not an issue. If this is what you mean. Like, to map what these are in terms of the texture atlas. Okay. Now the redstone dot. Redstone dot. I have to write each freaking tile by hand for my hand. Each position and ID for each level. So, we have an issue right now. The redstone dust here in Minecraft has a power level. Here it starts from 0 up to 15. Like, that's the maximum. From 0 to 15. And depending on the power level, the signal changes. Depending on the power level. Here, it goes from this up to the maximum. The problem is we need to somehow store this data. Because, for example, here when we break this block and place it back, we are re-rendering the mesh. This data needs to be stored somewhere. We cannot have it like at runtime somewhere. Like, it has to be stored. Or if we unload this region and load it back, we come back. If we save and load, like if we save and load the game, this data needs to be stored somewhere. This power level needs to be stored somewhere. And my approach in Java was the simplest one. It was to, where was it? To store it in the block data. Where is the block data? Here. Yeah, where I stored the block ID, the block light, the skylight. I also stored the redstone signal and the redstone state. I stored it directly there, which simplified everything. And the problem is, now, here, for example, there will never be redstone. And oh yeah, I think we need to do it like that. Because I was thinking like, let me think, let me think about, because the problem is, if every block, in addition to a block ID, needs to now store the power level. Here, for example, in the air, all of these blocks will unnecessarily have to be prepared to store redstone signal. But here, as we see it, very few blocks actually use that data. So it will be extremely inefficient if we do that approach. And that's what I did in the Java clone. Not this one. The Java clone. That's how I did it here. Every block has a redstone power level. Every block has it. And the alternative is to store it in the block ID. to store it in the ID. What I mean is currently we have just the redstone ID, but for torches, torches can be lit and unlit. And for torches, it's the same thing. Just as the power level, you have to store here a boolean on and off. Is it lit or not lit? And it's the same like with the power level. The difference is this is 0 or 1, true or false, but this is from 0 to 15 for the power level. So we can do it the same way we did it for the torch. For example, we are like, I'm thinking out loud. For the torch, how did we do it? Where did we store the information for the torch if it's powered or not? Like currently here, it's powered off, and now it's powered. This should be stored somewhere. We stored it using the block type. Using the block type. I just had, where was it? Where was it? Where is the ID? Where is the ID? Block. No. Where is the ID? Here. I just had redstone torch on and redstone torch off. That's how I store the data. So in my game, if it's like here, the type is redstone torch, it's by default lit. If the type is redstone torch off, then it should be this torch. That's how I managed it. For the redstone dust, we can do the same thing. To have 16 types, to have redstone dust 0, this will be without power, up to redstone dust 15. We can do something like that. And here in the block factory, when we're trying to create the class, here we'll give it in the constructor the power level. And that's how we can do it. That's one approach. The other approach is how I do it in Minecraft, in the Java Minecraft clone. In my Java Minecraft clone, I just stored it in the block data. The problem with this approach is, as I mentioned, there are many blocks that do not need a redstone power level. But now, I was thinking I was initially thinking to do it like I did it in Java, the naive way where every block has a redstone signal, the power level. But I was briefly thinking, why don't I do it like I do it for the torch? To just have 16 different redstone IDs. Well, the issue if we do it this way is that what if we place a torch? And now here, before in the Java clone, in my Java clone, if I place a torch here, what I do is here for the neighbors, I set the redstone signal to be 15. So that when I place redstone dust, it just needs to check its little block here. And directly it sees that here the signal is 15 and it doesn't need to check neighbors, is it getting signal, etc. The computation is much less. So there are pros and cons in both approaches. And like I'm not sure if even this approach would be possible. If every block didn't store the redstone power level, if that wasn't the case, how would on placement we would know if there is signal? How would we know it? Like here, when we place redstone dust. Like here it stopped working because of a bug. Let's ignore it. If, like currently in the Java clone, when I place this torch, it sets the redstone signal to the neighbors to 15. And that's how I know it. This should be light up. It doesn't need to bother looking around. But here, like, if we do it the other approach, where here, this for example, when I place it, it's just redstone dust 0. So it's like, it doesn't have a signal. So it would have to check its neighbors. Am I receiving signal? It would have to check here, 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 up above, or like, is the block below powered? Is the block below a powered block? Like, is it powered? It would have to make all kinds of checks just to see if it's getting power. And that would be for each and every dust we place, each and every one. And here, sure, when we place this one, it's like, okay, I have my neighbor, I'm just getting the signal from the neighbor. But no, it's more complicated than that. There could be another torch here that's giving signal. And like, it's a lot of computations every time when we right click. That's my reasoning for making it so every block to store the redstone signal, just like I did it in Java. And the other problem, if we use this new idea, this new approach that we thought of, the other problem is that we also need to store the state of the redstone for the mesh, because at runtime we're determining how the redstone mesh should look like. We are generating it on placement when we create the sub chunk here, because here look at how the mesh changes depending on the neighbors. And here it could be like, here it connects like that. The mesh is constantly changing. So here this block ID as of now is just redstone dust. But in addition to having the block ID, I need to know its current state. I need to store it in some way, and the power level. And if I store everything in separate IDs, I would have like more than 100 redstone IDs. If I do it with just changing the redstone ID, just like I did it with the redstone torch, where I had a different ID for if it's on or off. And here this idea for having the power level inside of the ID will not be a good idea, just because of that. That was a lot of talking and not much doing, like usual. I'll open chat in a second. Here was the issue. Power level, let's remove that. Let's open up chat, see what's up. I have to write yeah, we read that. You need block states. Don't all solid blocks in Minecraft have a redstone power level, since torches can power through block ports and to each side. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Block states. What is a block state? Block state. What's a block state? Like, I know that the block can be powered. It can be, you can power it differently. There is a different power level for a block. Where is Minecraft? Here. Here, like this. This is the strongest powering, I think. Like here from below. And if we have it like even here like this, you'll get power. But if it's like, there was different powering. If it's like, what was it? It was in one of the doors actually. Here. And it was for these doors. Yeah, with redstone. So this is one powering. This is one powering. And this is the other powering with redstone dust. So here, I think here you affect them the same way. You power the blocks, but it's different block state. Like, I assume this is what you mean by block state. Because here, if we do a redstone dust here, it's powered. But here it's not. And I think you could, but if it's like a repeater, where's the repeater? Here is the repeater. If it's a repeater, it also powers it just like the redstone torch from below, yeah. I know of these block states. That's what I know. How long it taking for you to code redstone? What you plan to add next? Oh, it will take a lot of time to implement redstone since I want to have complicated contraptions. Like this contraption, these ones, like all of this. I want to have all of this to replicate this. I want to replicate it. And then other more complicated contraptions. And more complicated contraptions. And this one as well. It will take a while. Maybe a few months. I don't know. What you plan to add next? Right now, I want to add the redstone dust. Oh no, redstone quasi, I am out. Redstone. Yeah, sorry, Wix. Sorry, Wix. My guess was block state until you showed me. States are, for example, open, close state for a fence. Yeah, okay, so the fence. Let's do the fence gate, actually. So you're saying this is it. So where we look at here, so this is the block state, is what you're saying. Let's open it in Excalibur. Here, so this is the block state. I assume. Here the fence, if it's open or closed, if it's in wall or not, if it's powered or not. This is the oak fence gate. Unstable bottom center, mineable with axe. Fence gates, wooden. Fence gates. Interesting. I might be wrong about block states, but maybe redstone just has a bunch of states it can be in for each power level plus directionality combination. Metadata. The Minecraft debug world type map has a bunch of redstone dust, different power levels, then it's a block state. Haven't checked it for a while, though I don't remember. I don't code, but will this be somewhat like a legacy console editions? They were coded in C++ and made to replicate Java edition. It's really interesting. So each redstone has a number of power. Yeah. Oh, in WoW is so the model can be lower down when connected to a cobblestone wall. Thing with sort of like groups. Also, when we use cobblestone, let's see now, cobblestone. Cobblestone. Yeah, I don't know. In wall. No, this is probably if it's connected to fence. Let's do this. In wall is still false. It's still false. How are we going to store that state is my question. How are we going to do that? How are we going to store that state? Every block has a different state. For the torch, we did it very simply. It was very simple for the torch. I just had two torches. I just had two different IDs for the torch. This is ID torch powered off. This is ID just a regular torch. So for the fence gate, I could just have them with separate IDs. And depending on the ID, let me think about it. This is important to decide how are we going to do it. use a fence. All my steam was behind my butt. Maybe cobblestone wall blocks, cobblestone fence. You store the metadata, but where do I store that metadata? So because every block only stores a block ID. And for the metadata, every block metadata is different. Like if every block should be compatible with every kind of metadata, then the RAM usage would go to the moon. I cannot afford every block to have compatibility for every kind of metadata, because this one has if it's in wall, if it's powered, if it's open. But this redstone has if it's the power level, if it's the west, south, northeast. Every block, this has if it's lit or not. Every block has different metadata. And the only thing I store for every block is the block type. And every block cannot be prepared for every kind of metadata. It needs to be stored somewhere. It needs to be stored somewhere. And it needs to be stored in a way when I close and open the game, that metadata to be restored is what I mean. Maybe I get it. I got it. Maybe where was it? Here, my engine. Here, in the block factory. Here. If you remember, if you have seen the video in the stream, if you have been in when we wrote this for the block factory, when I give it a block ID, and the block factory creates this block class, and it creates it only once, and it stores it in a hash map for later use. But there are some classes that I do not store, like the redstone torch, because it has its own data. Here it has metadata. The blocks that have metadata, I don't cache them. I save those classes. I save them. And maybe to store them in somewhere for that block ID. Maybe to store these classes with the metadata so that I have access to it. Like to continuously store this class. But if you then open a world with lots of redstone, you just have lots of classes with the metadata. Maybe use uint8 array. You can access debug mode by world tab in the world create menu. Press and hold R out while switching between world types. Why do I need debug mode in the world tab? Okay, why would I need that? So in the world create menu, press and hold R alt while switching between world types. Block location and ID. There's also debug stick in the game that can change block state. Does the world just store a file with coordinates of every block with metadata plus its IDs? Maybe each chunk stores its block metadatas if they have it. So if I do this approach, every chunk would have a hash map of block position and the metadata. But next redstone component you could code is the sensor. Yes, store it with the block. Write alt. Oh, the write alt. So when we create a new world, world type, here write alt, Debug mode, debug mode. So what's debug mode? What's debug mode? Debug mode. Create new world. And let's see what's that. Let's see what's that. It will need some time to generate. In that meantime, I need to figure out what to do with the metadata. I need to figure out what to do with the metadata. For example, when the torch is lit or not, or the power level of the redstone dust. I have to figure that out. Before that, we can just change the color of the redstone, at least to do that. At least we can do that. Yo, what's this? What's this? What? Is this every possible block state? Yo, that's interesting. Game mode creative. Interesting. The beds are separated. Why are they separated? Yo, this is interesting. This is the fire. Oh, this is how they create the fire. And this is the chest. Can you open this? Yeah, you can open it. Yeah, that's interesting. All possible. Oh, this is the redstone dust. Yo, yeah, this is all the possible states for the redstone dust. Yo, and the idea of, I was thinking of all of these to be a separate block ID. That's how I was planning to store the state. But as we see, it will be too many block IDs. Yeah, this is metadata. Like, this is redstone dust, and all of these different versions are depending on the metadata. And if we need metadata, and we need to store it somehow to get this. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, thanks for the suggestion. This is an awesome suggestion. Oh, yeah, that's so cool. Oh, these are the signs, and you can place the sign in all kinds of rotations. This is the door. Interesting. Man, look at how if you add the water, it complicates everything. It complicates everything if you add water. Man, we're not adding water. We're not adding water. Man, this is so cool. Yo. Debug mode. Yo, I can be in here for hours. This is the dragon head. That's the dragon head. Oh, this is the end. Look at how cool the texture is. The command box. Man, so many block states. What else do we have here? Do we have anything interesting here? These are the new ones. These are the new ones. Man, there's so many states. The fences look like to be the most annoying. Okay, we're not implementing fences. What are these blocks? Magenta, glazed, terracotta. They're weird blocks. And these are some kind of flags. Here some kind of lamps. Yeah, that's interesting. We cannot close this if it's in the water. And this... Yeah, our focus is the redstone. Can we break it? We cannot. We cannot. Yeah, our focus is just the redstone. This is what we need to account for all of these states. That's what we need. Yeah, that was very cool. Debug stick in the game that can change block states. Does the world just store a file? Yeah, we went through it. Right out. Yeah, thank you for the suggestion, Gamer2437. The metadata class can handle many types of information. So there is a metadata class. You can copy a block to your inventory with its metadata by holding left control and middle click. I used to make jar mods. Yeah, I'll look at it. So I've copied it with the state. Can we place blocks near them? No. I cannot place. Yeah, that's interesting. So you say that you used to make jar mods. The metadata class can handle many types of information. Yes, store it with the block. What about making like a metadata atlas? You build a list of all metadata assigned ID per metadata type. Can store an ID and value and hash mapping check that maps block position to ID and value. Though not sure for block states, they might get updated when you place them down. Interesting. We need to, this is the, if we want redstone dust, we need to figure out the metadata. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. My solution for the redstone was to every block to have information of the redstone state, like binary, and what was it, the redstone power. I had it for every block. We need the metadata. Because even if we like just focus on the redstone, we can say, okay, we're focusing just on the redstone. We can ignore metadata class and just store the information for every block, because this game will be all only focused on the redstone. Sure, but there are other blocks like observer, etc. that have metadata. We need to have metadata. We cannot go around it. We need to have metadata. Oh, I'm falling. Oh, this is the piston. All possible states. What's the difference? Yeah, this is cool. Is there anything else? Oh, these are the flowers. These are the flowers. I have just the poppy flower and the dandelion. I don't have these, but they can easily be implemented. There are two TNTs. Why? Unstable. This is stable. What's an unstable TNT? Though not sure for block states, as they might get updated when you place them down. Maybe you're thinking too much and should go for naive approach. You're remaking Minecraft from scratch. First time I didn't miss a stream. It goes off then breaking. I'm here for your question. You're making Minecraft from scratch. I'm using Craylib, which uses OpenGL. But this Java clone is like from scratch, using just OpenGL. But right now I'm using C++ and Raylib. and I'm trying to implement the redstone dust. And in my C++ version, I'll not be remaking all of Minecraft. I'll just be remaking redstone, and we'll make complicated redstone contraptions. And at some point, we'll try to make a heavily inspired game from the redstone. Heavily inspired from the redstone game, but that will be in the future. Right now, we need to implement the redstone dust. But to get the redstone dust, we need metadata. And as of now, I am not ready to figure out what to do for the metadata. That will be off stream. I'll think about it off stream. Right now, we can still make progress, even though we haven't figured out the metadata. We can still make progress. By that, I mean we can color the mesh. We can color the mesh, and we can prepare the other meshes and to be able to render all the possible states. And off stream, I'll figure out what I'll do for the metadata. We'll not just do it as of now. When we get the metadata, we'll be able, when placing redstone, to connect with its neighboring ones, just like I did it in Java. But in Java, I didn't have metadata. There's no metadata. I just used the block IDs. I didn't do it with metadata. I just had a lot of block IDs, even for this tripwire. For the tripwire, I just had lots of different block IDs. Like this is one block ID. When I press it, it's another block ID. That's how I manage the state without metadata. And I managed to make it work, but we need to use metadata. But I'll figure out metadata off stream or the next stream tomorrow. As of now, we'll progress with the redstone to color it. We'll add coloring to the redstone. That's what we'll do. The old alpha code where you had to left click to ignite TNT. Low-key redstone could probably use this to run bigger builds faster. This is more optimized than Java. Well, I'll do my best to make it better. I'll do my best to make it better in terms of redstone. But first we need to make it the same as the original. We need to make it the same as the original. Yeah, first we need to color it. And the color will depend on the power level, but as of now, we'll do the default one, the default color, which should be this one, probably. The coloring depends on the power level, but as of now, we'll do this color to not be white, so it's easier to notice. How long have you been writing this clone? I started January of 2025. It's like as if I'm talking to my nephews. Long ago. 5,000 years ago. 2025 January 13, I think. That's when I started. But I have many Minecraft clones. It's not just one. Are you using community? If not, what are you using? I'm using 2026 Visual Studio. I think community. Probably community. The free one. Let me think about it. Let's color it. Let's add color. Let's add coloring. And without metadata. As of now, without metadata, I'll think about metadata later on. I'll think of metadata later on. So here, this is the redstone dust. We need to change it instead of just configuring it for what's the JSON model, but to as well to give it for it itself to decide what will be the coloring. Something like that. And as of now, we're not creating the mesh here, so we cannot change the coloring here. That's a slight issue. We need to be able to give it color. Let me think about it. First, let's make one change, I think. We'll have here for the block a vector 3 color overlay. We'll have a color overlay. And I want a default constructor. Can I have one here? Block color overlay to be zeros. To be 1. Oh, it should be vector 4 actually, because it has an alpha. And there is an issue because Relic uses from 0 to 255. And OpenGL uses from 0 to 1 for the floats. There is a slight issue, but I'll keep it in this style, the same as OpenGL, and I'll figure out what to do with the Relic. Okay, color overlay, and then here when we create the mesh, we need this cube mesh pool to set the color overlay. Where is the header? Cube mesh pool header. Here we need a color overlay. Static vector 4 color overlay. And when we generate the mesh, let me think about it. When should we clear it? The color overlay here. Let's clear it to once. To just once. And actually, do we need to do that since we're just using the one from the block? Well, let me see about it. Here colors. Here we hit generate. We need to think about it. Generate. Here what do we do with the colors? Yeah, we're able to give it colors from a few variables. Here we can give it colors. But it's different from the overlay. Maybe I can give the color overlay here to this field when we generate it, and to use it here in this function, and inside of here to multiply it with the color overlay, to just pass it around in a lot of functions. So multiplayer when? Preferably with multiplayer. I should have started it from the beginning, because I cannot just randomly switch a single player game to a multiplayer one. I'll have to change everything. For now, the idea is to be just single player. If the focus is just redstone, is it a problem, a game that's heavily inspired by Minecraft redstone, that it doesn't have multiplayer? Is it a bummer? Is redstone a single player experience? Like, do Go with your friends to build. Yeah, I think there are cases where you build redstone projects with your friends. Well, it's outside of my powers to do multiplayer. We'll focus just on single player. We'll focus just on single player. If we manage to do successfully a redstone clone of Minecraft just on the redstone, we'll eventually think of the multiplayer as well. But as of now, we'll just focus on single player. Wouldn't having them as global constant be better for the colors overlay? A global constant? Yeah, there is gonna be a lot of blocks needing color overlay. I might make something like this to take a break from my main Unity game, so I want to learn C++, so yeah. Shouldn't you learn C# if you're like, so that you can specialize with Unity? Because if you like become good in Unity and in C++ as well, like you cannot combine them. But if you're like laser focused just on C#, you'll become very good in Unity. That's my logic. Logic World is a game based on systems and wires, and I assume it can be multiplayer as well. I think I've seen Logic World. I think I've seen that. And their quote-unquote redstone is just wires hanging everywhere, I think. I need a color overlay and I need to pass it. So if we go to the sub chunk here, when we generate it here we read the JSON file. We read it here. And my idea was here either to give it in the generate method, to give the color overlay here as an argument, or to set it like here color overlay, and to set it to be the current block color overlay, something like that. Color overlay. That was my idea. And here when it generates, it will use it. But we can just pass it along inside of this generate method as well. It's not an issue. We can just pass it along. And should it be a reference? Is my question. Should it be a const reference? Yeah, because we're not changing it. Vector for reference color overlay. Yeah, we can do that. And we need to do it as well here. Let's do it like that. Doesn't matter. It's not that deep. And here for every mesh, when we generate, to give it color overlay, the same one here. When we generate each individual little cube. And here we have the color overlay, and we need we can pass it here to this function that conditionally adds the color to the face, because the face may be called. If it's not called, it will call this. Should we pass it along to each one of these functions? Yeah, sure, why not? We're generous people. We'll give it everywhere. Why not? We'll send it here. And here. Let's get access to it. Man, so much passing along. And here we multiply, I think. We multiply, and so if we run the game, it should first compile. And if it manages to run, everything should be fine. Yeah, everything is fine. Does it slow down my game doing this? Probably not. So for the redstone dust, here let's change the color overlay. Color overlay. Let's set it to like 1 0 0 1. So this should make it just red, entirely red. Let's see now. Yeah, it's red. It's red. Perfect. We have color overlay. We can change it dynamically through code. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that wasn't that difficult, right? We just had to uglify the code a bit. We just had to uglify the code. This is amazing. I wish you the best luck with your good work. Thank you, man. Hopefully I can manage to make a game of my own inspired by Minecraft Redstone, but that will take a lot of investment of time and energy, and mostly time. Mostly time. Make it blue? Okay, let's make it blue. Why not? I'll make it blue. Why not? We'll have... we can also make it be random color. Let's do it a random color, but we have blue redstone. Guys, do you see an issue here? I think something's wrong with my redstone. Yeah, bluestone. There's something wrong with my redstone. Yeah, let's try making it a random color. Let's get a float, red, the red value. Let's make it get random. How do we do it in Relic? Let's open the cheat sheet. We haven't opened it in a while. Get random value. Does this give... Yeah, this gives an integer. Oh, come on. Only an integer? Okay. We can make it work. That it's fine. 0 to 55 divided by 255, I think. Can make it work. Is undefined. Can make it work. Green, blue, bluey, bluey, red. Oh, that's why Raylib set the color to be from 0 to 255, because they can use this function without dividing. Probably, I assume. This is a conspiracy theory that Raylib has the... Because the colors in Raylib, like this color, the green one, green, this green color is like here from 0 to 255. They don't use float numbers from 0 to 1. Actually, this should be divided by... Yeah, 255, yeah. Red, green, blue. Now we should have different colors for the redstone. For some reason. What's the issue? Yeah, this is an integer, I divided. What's the issue? Probably with the includes Raylib. What about this? If I change the order... Yeah, now it works. I had to change the order of the includes. The color is the same. Why? Green redstone. Why is the same the color? The constructor is only running one... Oh! Let me think about it. No. What if we are in different subchunk? What if we are in a different subchunk? Here, this is one color, and here is the same color. Here, is it being cached? Oh, we're caching it. Yeah, I got it. We're caching it. Let's not cache it. Just like the the other blocks. Just like the other blocks. Cacheable, false. Let's do that. So that every time it's different. So every time it's different. Oh, but it changes for all of them. All of them change their colors. The state doesn't get saved because they don't have metadata. They don't have metadata. Resto. They change color. Yeah, that's cool. They change color because the state is not saved anywhere, and every time if I do it in a different mesh, it should stop. Yeah, if I do it in a different sub chunk here, because there we were redrawing the blocks, and here we're in our 16 by 16 zone. In this chunk we only redraw these ones because we need to redraw the mesh, and when we redraw the mesh it calculates new values again because the metadata is not stored. We need metadata. We have random colors. Yeah, that's cool. It's like gum. Like different color. Yeah, that's cool. What's up? RGB stone. Blue redstone. I just added butterflies. You have butterflies? No? Wait, what? RGB redstone, nice. Double new feature, tough. Discostone. Yeah, Wix is saying discostone. We need more people in Twitch. Wix is like... Wix needs more chatters to chat with. So we have discostone, we have bluestone, but let's keep it to redstone. Let's keep it just redstone. What's this link? Wix send us a link. Let's check it out. Oh, it's to generate a float, a random float, to use this. Yeah, that was just an experiment, like, but I'll save it. I'll bookmark it. Just in case. Poor Twitch. Do you have entities? I have entities. How long have you been working on it? Man, I get the same questions every time. I need to do frequently asked questions. But it's not like your guys' issue. Like, I can tell you guys, my entities, I have entities. Like, it's not your guys' fault. I just need to put a frequently asked questions. Have entities, the zombies, the skeletons, and the arrows are entities as well. These are my entities. And I've worked on it more than a year. And not just on this clone. This clone is a couple of months. I've worked on a couple of clones. This is not my only one. And I shouldn't have closed it, but what can we do? So we have coloring. Yeah, I made that because like it's different than the original Minecraft. It's different, like Minecraft is different. Like this is Minecraft. This is the original. I haven't made this. I made the other one. And this one. And this one, this is the C++ one where we added discostone. We added, oh, now it's just red. Oh, now it's boring. Where we added discostone. But after it loads. Yeah, discostone. We have discostone. By Wick's suggestion. He called it discostone. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, but let's keep it just red. Let's just keep it red. And let's remove these. Now it should be just red color. Yeah, now it's just red. Yeah, now it's boring. Now it's boring. Now we have just this mesh, the red dot. We just have the dot. We need the other meshes as well. Because it's the redstone dust is compiled. When you place the redstone dust, it looks at the neighbors. Depending on the neighbors, it decides what else to render here. So in the Java clone, if I bring it back, add turtles. But oh, Minecraft has turtles actually. Our focus is only on redstone. We will not add turtles as of now. Yeah, let's look at the turtles actually. You got me curious. We need to exit from here. We need to exit. I'll let it do its thing. But the redstone mesh, it's different depending on its state. This is the Java clone. It's not perfect. It's doing its best. It's doing its best. And it's not that much. But right now we have just the dot. We have just the dot. We need to add the other meshes as well. So that we can have all of these versions. Why not open source this? Just make sure to git ignore texture atlas, I guess. I would like to help out and most likely others would also contribute. But if other people help out, it will be as if I'm using like an AI. I will not get satisfaction from achieving a feature. Like then the project will be a community effort. Then if you achieve something, it's good job community. I want to learn from this. It's a learning experience. Like it's not a problem how slow or fast it is. Like I have time. Well, not infinite time since does the discostone work? No, the discostone doesn't work. I'm only good at Roblox coding. That's good enough. Based using AI is no fun at all. Vertical redstone. Yeah, vertical redstone. Like you use AI only when you use it for something boring, for something you don't care about, something you don't want anything to do with. If like my projects, like this project, I want to be from me, because else what's the point? Because this is a learning experience. We need the other meshes as well. We need the other meshes. Here, right now, we just have the dot. And if we open Blockbench, where is it? Here, we just have this dot. We need, for example, these sides, side 0 for example, we need this one. We need this one. And to combine it with the dot so that we can have the full picture, this is just one little part of the redstone. Let me think about it. Oh, actually, there is a problem. Yeah, there's a problem. Because there is a problem because right now a block can have a single JSON file, and the JSON file is the mesh model with the textures. It's the whole model. And one block has one JSON file. And this is a single JSON file. And this part here is also a JSON file. And one block can have a single JSON file, the way the code is written right now. It can have a single JSON file. I need to change it and make it so it can have more than one JSON file. And to make changes to those JSON files. Oh, I get it. Damn it. Damn it. I need to make changes in the code. I need to make changes so that this block can have more meshes to have to be able, because the other shapes become a lot more complicated. If we open the debug world, the redstone specifically can become complicated. Damn it. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. Try to bunny hop sideways. You can bunny hop sideways. Yeah, but bunny hop is in the Java clone, not the C++ one. Yeah, here, look at how this is a single block, all of these things. And look at how the mesh changes. Like, so how many JSON files can a block have at most? It's this. So at most, this is one JSON file. This is another, this is another, and this is another one. And here the dot is one more JSON file. And these sides are even more JSON files. So how many there are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. 9 JSON files. Man, that's many JSON files. That's too many JSON files. Yeah, I need to be able to combine them and change them. Damn it. Damn it. Let me think about it. This will complicate things. Since right now, inside of my code, I just have this. I can just give it the JSON file name, and in the subchunk it will just call it. In the subchunk it will just call it that name here. Think about it. Read from JSON file. Block. Yeah, it just gets the name from the block, and we set up everything, and here we generate. And it was very simple. And once we generate the cube mesh pool, we store the information in these arrays: positions, normals, UV zeros, colors, indices. And the issue is, if we need one block to have a couple of meshes, like a couple of JSON files, this becomes a problem because this step needs to be done 2 times. Once in the block itself, probably here we'll need to have a function that does this step a couple of times. It reads a JSON file, it generates the mesh, and it saves the vertices data into arrays. And then once more to read from a JSON file, to generate, and to store them. And these arrays to be the block itself, but no, we can pass along these arrays. Okay, there's no issue. We can pass along the arrays. We can pass them along, and that will solve the issue. Yeah, we can just reuse them. We don't need to create new ones. Yeah. Hey, so did you implemented water spreading? I don't have water. Lapis stone, lapis lazuli. Good night. Good night, Maskeli. Yeah, you should be Maskeli. Or clay. Whatever you prefer. Yo, hello, what's up? Let me think about it. How are we going to approach this? Yeah, bye, Maskeli. Thank you for joining the stream. I think you've managed to join all the streams. And that's not easy to do because my streams have different schedule. One streams are early in the morning, other streams are late in night, like right now. And you've managed to join them, and that's not easy to do. And you were even in the first few streams when we implemented the skeleton. There was just Maskeli in the chat at some point. Or clay now. Now it's clay. It's only 3 p.m. for me. For me, it's like 10 p.m., almost 11 p.m. And time zones, yeah. Time zones suck, man. They're very annoying. But we cannot do anything about them. Okay. So for a block to have more than one JSON file, I'll need a function for that. That accepts all the arrays as reference so that I can add to them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I need to make that change. Once we make that change, we'll be able to add the other meshes. So it's an important change to make. So for the block itself, here we'll have man, all my functions are inline. We'll make it virtual inline. Can it be virtual and inline? I don't know. Let's just keep it virtual. And it will be void generate mesh, and I'll configure it in the CPP file, but here it will accept a couple of arrays, and I need to look at those arrays as reference. Here the subchunk. What are the arrays? They are these ones, these arrays. I need reference to them. So I need just a reference, not a const, because I'll be adding elements. So std vector3 positions as reference, and then the same thing for a few more elements. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we want normals, then UV0, and then colors, and then indices. Indices are unsigned short, because that's how Relium does it. Colors vector 4. Colors is vector 4. And UV0 is vector 2, and that's it. That's it. And we need to implement it. So let's copy it and implement it in the CPP file. What's your problem? Initialize, I don't care. Right now. Let me see. Where is the CPP? Here. No, this is the cube mesh pool, the block, yeah, the block. So here I need this name. This is for the block. And by default, let's include the vector. And if JSON model file name is not empty, if it's not empty, I'll think about it. Let me see. Let's go to the sub chunk here. Where do we usually like generate it? Where do we generate it? Here. We need to destroy this. We need to destroy this. All of this, actually. All of this. Yeah, all of this. Here, what do we do? Why do I get the mesh template here? Here was this. Here, read from JSON file. If current face is 0. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, I'll lose this. Simplification. How far will this project go? Like full Minecraft? No, it will be just redstone. It will not be full Minecraft, because I made an attempt for full Minecraft here, and like everywhere you can see issues. Like here, if I put a redstone torch, it stops here. The clouds are not perfect. Like you can see everywhere issues. Here the lighting is not smooth. Everything is like there are imperfections everywhere. Because I'm a single developer, I cannot do everything. That's why I'll just focus on the redstone. That's my idea. I need to do this inside of that virtual function we created. I need to do it there so that we can get this. I need to do it there. But here, let me see. I can just copy this. Copy this and current block. Generate mesh, and here positions, normals, UV0, colors, indices. And here, to put it here, and to copy this. Here, do we actually continue? No, we don't need it. We don't need this. Yeah, just generate the mesh. And here are all the arrays you need to fill up. Yeah. So we don't... yeah, let's profile the scope. For profiler, we need globals. We need the globals, I think. World, globals, yeah, I included. What's the issue? Oh, it's... No, I have this here. this here. What are you on about? Q mesh pool, sure. Oh, it was just that, okay. Doesn't matter. Oh, I need the cull faces, ambient occlusion neighbors, local block position, and the color overlay here. The color overlay. Read from JSON file. Here. Let me think about it. Here can be just the string, std string. Model name. Can be just the model name. Just the model name. So that we can... this was for debug purposes. So that here we can use JSON model file name. And then here we need this additional information. Let's give it. Let's give it. So this is an integer. This is an integer. And this is a vector 3, I think. But let's do const reference most likely. Right? Yeah, const ref. Just reference. But it can be const. Why not? Let me think about it. Here. Let's remove the const. So what else? Here. What's the issue? Oh, here I need to put them as well. Integer, integer, vector 3 reference. And here, if we have this, if mesh template, let me think about cube mesh pool, get template, yeah, and here return. Why not? That should be it. And we need to give that information. We need to give it here. The cull faces, the ambient, and the local block. And let's start it. Cannot open globals. Why not? Why cannot open globals? Include globals. Not found. I have it in here, right? Blockage. Okay, well, let's see what's up with that. I just need... Yeah, this profile scope. That's why I need it. I can just remove the profile scope, sure. But I really want to make this work. Cannot open it. You can open it. You can for sure open it, man. Because I've opened it here in the block file. No. Here. No. Have I used it before? I must have. Yeah, here. I've used it here. Okay, I'll do it as the first thing. I'll do it as the first include. And it will probably fix it. As the first include. Yeah, I think that... Let's run it. Cannot know such file or directory. So if I include it here, it cannot find it. But if I include it in like other files, it can find it. Like here in cube mesh template, I have it. Include globals and it works perfectly. What did you do this stream? I added redstone dust. It's misspelled. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's misspelled like I'm a dumbass. Yeah. Without your chat, I don't know what I'll do. Without you guys. And now this class. What's the issue? Oh, this. Where is this? Read from JSON. Oh, I need access to the block to know if it's transparent or not. I see. That's why I gave it here a reference to the block. I get it. Damn it. Yeah, but now the problem is I'm calling this function from inside the block. From inside the block. Let's go here. Yeah, I'm calling it from inside the block. Do I return this? I don't know. I need a shared pointer to this. A shared pointer to this. Like I need std shared pointer to a block, a reference to be like this, or like make shared block. I don't know, man. I don't know how to use shared pointers. I don't know how to use shared pointers. I can just take... How should I pass this? This blocks me from continuing. This blocks me. Yeah, make shared the type and parameters, sure. But we're inside of that block. It's already created. We're inside of the block. std make shared block and like this. Okay, hopefully this works. What's the issue? Man, yeah, at these moments I don't like C++ because it shows how little I know of C++ smart pointers. Let me think about it. Because I need this function. If the block is transparent or not. I need this function. And I have... Is it virtual? No, it's not. So if it's not virtual, I can just get a reference to it. Can I? Just... or a pointer to it? Yeah, let's try with a reference. A const reference. Let's try that. This should work. Hopefully. This? How was it? Yeah, this. And let's see. What's the problem? Oh, it needs to be const. Okay, I'll just remove the const. I don't care about that. And let's see what's up. What now? Come on, man. Oh, yeah, here now it needs to be a dot. Sure, okay. And here it needs to be a dot. Because now it's a reference, not a pointer. What now? Okay, we got it to work. Now we can have multiple meshes. That was the idea. because the redstone needs multiple meshes. A reference is a pointer. Yeah. Like to me, a reference, I learned it as a reference to something is like the same thing with a different name. Like, and you cannot change it afterwards. It was something like that. And I prefer to use references than like instead of like this. Instead of to be a pointer to a block as just a reference. So that it doesn't make a copy of the object. That's how I know it. But I'm just a Java developer. I'm just a Java developer. I'm a part-time C++ developer. We need multiple meshes. We need multiple meshes. We can do that if we've made this function virtual. We've made it virtual. What are you complaining? I'll just ignore this. Where is it? This function, I've made it virtual, so I can override it. I can override it. I can override it for this redstone dust block here. Here we can override it. Can we write it here, override? Yeah, we can override it. And I need to implement it. And now we can have multiple JSON files here instead of this, which is the default. We can have multiple ones. Yo, is the title legit? Yeah, I'm making Minecraft clone in Raylip and C++. The way I see it as a reference is the address to it, and the @ symbol will be the actual data. Yeah, as I know it, like this pointer to an integer test, this is just like here we are storing the address of where we're pointing towards. Like if it's a block, we're storing the address that points to here. And we need to dereference it to get the actual object. It was something like that. And when it's this symbol, when it's this symbol, we need to give it something because it's the same variable with a different name. We're not storing the address to it. That's how I've learned it as. That's how I've learned it. A reference is the object. Actually, a reference is the object just with another name. Yeah, it is neither a pointer to the object nor a copy of the object. It is the object. Yeah. It's just with another name. The object with another name. Yeah, that's how I remember it. A reference is a pointer that becomes to a compiler. References, pointers are mutable unless... Okay, you are more deep into C++. I'm not that deep into C++. Like, I'm not that deep into it. References, pointers are mutable unless there is const. But that's only protection for programmer. It has no meaning in after compiled. Okay. I'm just a Java developer. I'm just a Java developer. Like here, I'm a part-time C++ developer. So here we are overriding this virtual function for generating the mesh. We're overriding it so that we can do this a couple of times. We can do this once and once more. So here we'll do this for... Oh no. We have a problem. Here I need to separate them. Here I need to separate the information. Here it's... Yeah. I need both the block and the model name separated. Because they will be different. Yeah, my bad. They can be different. So in the default implementation, where is it? Here. Now I need to give it JSON model file name. This is the default, but here it will be different. Here it will be the dot. So redstone dust.json. And here it will be, let's say, the redstone dust up. Let's do the up. Let's do up. And for the up, we need to make changes. We want, what's this? We want this texture, line 0. Line 0. We need to give coordinates for that line. Here we need to give it coordinates. We need to give it coordinates. What are the coordinates of line 0? Let me see. What are the coordinates? Which one of these two should it be? When it goes upward, it should be... Take your guesses. Which one of the two? I think this one. Should be this one. Any other differences? Yeah, it's this one. So the coordinates are 2, 0, 8, 16. 2, 0, 8, 16. Come on, fast, I'll forget it. 2, 0, 8, 16. Yeah, I remembered it. And I think that's it. Now the redstone dust should be... Yeah, right now we're just doing the mesh. Don't worry about it. Yeah, now it has 2 meshes. And we need to change the outlines as well. Here it needs an outline as well. Right now it doesn't have one. Yeah, bummer. But we're getting close. We're getting close. We're getting close. Let's see what's up. What if the redstone goes down? It's on 2 sides, not just one. Redstone seems like hard thing to program properly. Yeah, it's hard to program properly, but I got close enough in the Java clone. Where is it? In the Java clone I got close enough, like I have the redstone dust and with all the possible variants, and it can get signal, and I have this, the repeater. Need to reset the signal. Have the repeater, it has a delay. Like, it's difficult to implement, but it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. Now let's render this upward side on the other sides as well. Let's render the full thing. Oh, we need to give it a rotation if possible, for the whole thing. We need to give it a rotation. Where's the... Here, generate mesh. We need to copy this a few more times. Let's copy it just one more time. Here, this prepares the mesh. It will be again the upward side, but we need to rotate it. It needs to have a rotation. It needs to have a rotation. So here when we generate it, we also need to give it a rotation. Because here it's rotated. It's the same model, but just rotated, like, let's say on the y-axis, 90 degrees or 180. Let's see what's up with Wix. In case anyone didn't hear of this before, community open source Minecraft, come contribute. Yeah, okay. It is the biggest project I know around. Their multiplayer servers. Yeah, that's cool. What if the redstone goes down? It's on two sides, not just one. Redstone seems... Okay, well, I read that. This is all the possible states redstone has. The color, we solved it. We have an overlay for the color. And for rendering multiple meshes, we can render multiple meshes. The block hover, we'll figure it out later, not right now. We're just focusing on the mesh. So now we have this upside that is towards the north. We have this one. We want this one, for example. We need to render it once more, but rotate it. We need to be able to rotate it, to add rotation. A global rotation. We need a global rotation. And this one, where you mentioned community open source Minecraft, come contribute. This is the first time I'm hearing it, and I have no idea about this. Like, I have to check it out. This is the first time hearing it. The only one I know that is a voxel game, open source, is the engine for Vintage Story. Vintage Story engine. They use this Manic Digger open source one. This is what I know. This is open source. It has server. It has a voxel world. It has single player. It has players. And Vintage Story uses it. This is what I know. And it uses C#. Yeah, C#. But I prefer using Creylip. This is what render distance is this large world? So if I divide it by 16, 624. What? Divided by 2, so it's like 300 render distance. Is this 300 render distance? What? 300? What? Yeah. This is what I know. Yeah, we need to be able to rotate the mesh. We need to rotate this mesh so that we can have it in more places. We need to be able to rotate it. Yeah, I already read this. I'm opening the same chat again and again. We have about 7 minutes. Let's see if we can speedrun this to be able to rotate it, if possible. If we want to rotate it, it will be in here, the generate method. Do we have anything else we can use here? We have an overlay, color overlay, that we are not using at all. We have cull sites. Texture ID to origin. We have cube mesh templates. Yeah, we don't have for rotation. We don't have for rotation. Let me think about it. So if we are going to rotate it, good evening. What are you making right now? I'm implementing redstone. That's what I'm doing. Redstone dust in particular. We made it a disco dust where it changed color. That was fun. Reverting the redstone. I don't get it. What's up, Wix? Formerly known as mind test. Mind test. Mind test is I think I've heard of mind test. Don't forget about redstone particles. Damn, I'm sad I joined so late. Redstone, lovely. Can you please use the old redstone torch texture though? New one is ugly. Oh, mind test renamed. Yeah, so a couple of people seem to know about mind test. We need, right now, I have this is one JSON file, this redstone dot. This thing is another JSON file. And it's stuck like this. I need to be able to rotate it for the other sides, because sure, if it's like, come on. There are people watching me, don't crash. If it's, come on, what's the issue? That's very weird. If I place it like this, it doesn't crash. If I place it near here, okay, let's place it near here. It crashes? Update model mesh. Yeah, I'll figure that out some other time. I don't want to bother with that. My idea was to rotate this. What if I place it here? Yeah, towards this, it's not a problem. Towards the cactus? Towards the cactus, not a problem. Okay, so here, it goes on the cactus, sure. Like here. If we have redstone here, sure, it's fine. Like this is towards the north. But I want it towards the south as well. So I need to rotate this. I need to be able to rotate it. I need to be able to rotate it. And not to rotate the whole thing, just this part, which is a separate JSON file. Just a separate JSON file. Here. Yeah, and this is how I do it. This is the redstone dot. This is the dot. I first read from the JSON file. Actually, yeah, which is cached in this block model. This doesn't actually open the JSON file. The JSON file has been opened when the game started. This reads from the cached information from the JSON file. It's cached. The data is cached, so we don't read a file for every block. But we are naming it this, the redstone.json file. We prepare the data for generating the mesh. We generate the mesh with the color overlay. And then we save the information inside of the vectors, where we store all the vertices information. And then we generate the redstone dust up, which is this, not this one. It's, where is it? It's this one, where we generate this one. This is a separate JSON file. We generate it, and once again, we read the information, preparing it, we generate, and we store it in the arrays. But I want to generate it once more and rotate it. So here, as I give it a color overlay, to be able to give it a rotation, probably. But that should be optional, let's say. Let's say that should be optional. But we are near the 3-hour limit, so I'll just give a summary to the stream and we'll end it. Because my limit is 3 hours, or else I'll probably burn out. I want to stream tomorrow as well. So in this stream, we managed to render this little dot, and we gave it a custom block hover. And we also rendered this mesh to it. We are now able, for each block, to have multiple JSON files for a single block, because one block was a single JSON file, for example, this cactus. But the redstone, as we saw in Minecraft, has many states, many states. And we manage, like this was the progress. One block can render multiple JSON files, and we just need to be able to rotate them. But that's not all. We also figured out that Minecraft blocks have metadata. This on the bottom right, you can see the redstone shows powered is 10. This is 10 power. Every block has metadata on the bottom right. Every block has a metadata. And we decided I'll think about it off stream, or I'll think about it in the next stream. How to store the metadata for each block. I have to figure that out. That's what happened today. That's kind of the recap. And we'll have to end it. What if the rest don't? We read that. Did you fix the clouds not rendering that don't face you? I have the clouds in the Java clone. I haven't added them in the C++ because we decided to go all in just on redstone. We'll ignore the clouds for a while. We're going all in on the redstone. Yeah, so that's it, guys. We'll be ending it since 3 hours are kind of past. And we'll do a stream tomorrow. And off stream, I'll be working on the next video. This is my progress on the next video for implementing the custom block hover. It's 9 hours of footage. I went through it like 3 times and saved these cool moments, like here. These cool moments that happened while implementing the block hover. And I just have to go through these moments, and in my Obsidian I'm figuring out what's the story. What's the story? I have 6 passes to make a whole video, and I have to now mesh together those cool moments, then to see what are the highlights of the entire video, and then to make an intro for it. And I think probably tomorrow the video will be ready. Probably tomorrow. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Yeah, bye guys.